quote that I heard is that sometimes your biggest hopes are sometimes destroyed for something better. The problem is we just don't know what that something better is.
Hey everyone, it's Amy, and this is a special episode of Clever. It's Tuesday, March 24th, 2020, and we're in the middle of the global coronavirus pandemic. As you know, much of the world is under lockdown or quarantine. We're going to continue to put out our regular episodes of Clever, the ones that have nothing to do with the current crisis, for as long as we're able. Honestly, because normalcy, distraction, and hope are golden right now. But I can't not acknowledge what the hell is going on. It's crazy, and in truth, we need each other. I've always imagined that Clever goes out into the world and functions as a sort of connective tissue for the design community and offers an audio companionship of sorts to people who are out there fighting the creative fight. And maybe as a window of transparency between the disciplines in a way that helps people see a path to a creative future that they couldn't see before. Well, if that's what I hope that Clever is, then now is the time to roll up our sleeves. So in between those regular episodes, we're going to be doing our best to bring you special messages, important conversations, and relevant stories. But honestly, I don't even know what that is or how we're going to pull it off. So bear with me. But to start, today, right now, I do have a whole captain's platter of messages of solidarity and community from some friends and familiar voices.
Hi, Cleverers. It is Jonathan Adler here, trying to inspire and delight you as always. Trying. How am I approaching the quarantine? I suppose I'm approaching it in a very Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, our house kind of way. Myself, my husband Simon, and our dog Foxy Lady are at our house on Shelter Island. And it's all very, I'll light the fire, you place the flowers in the vase that you bought today. Although actually it's the vase that I made today. We're cooking and cleaning and reading and homemaking and trying to make our house as happy and as comfy as it can be during this difficult time, listening to podcasts like The Brilliant Clever, and just trying to stay upbeat as possible. So hang in there. We'll get through this and stay clever. Bye.
Hi, Clever. This is Anna Monroe. I'm so excited to be able to leave this voicemail. I wanted to tell everybody about how I've been thinking in the past few weeks. And I've been really thinking about resilience and what it means and how we can embody it. So resilience, sort of the definition of it is multiple points of support so that if one support fails, the whole person or community or society doesn't collapse. And I think that we've seen a lot of failures in the past few weeks, but we've also seen a lot of really true inventiveness and resilience. Just last weekend, I had an incredibly challenging moment when I was slated to have my wedding. I was getting married to my now husband, Scott Kellum, and our wedding was planned to be 81 people here in Los Angeles, and we pivoted to about 20 people and a Zoom meeting. We had 34 people, I think, on a Zoom meeting, and people were able to participate in a way that is meaningful to them. They were able to be present in a way that allowed them to also be safe. And I'm so grateful for the resilience that my community displayed. And so I was thinking this week about what are the ways that LA County can use what we have to construct resilience, not just for this COVID-19 global pandemic moment, but also a healthier, more sustainable future. What do we have? We have a lot of empty school buses, which seems sad. We have a culture that is used to kind of going up to trucks for things like great food or pop-up shops or like little tiny art museums. And we have a need to test widely in neighborhoods. And so I wonder, how might we use these assets to create not only testing opportunities by maybe converting these school buses into mobile testing units for now, but also community preventative local health care for the future. So I think that we have a lot of assets that are easy to not see right now. We have a lot of opportunities to create structural resilience from this moment to not only help us through this global pandemic, but to create a better and healthier future for ourselves and for our children, and for the planet. I'm excited to see what we can do as a society. It's scary right now. I'm as anxious as the next person. I am sad. I refuse to kind of be taken down by that. I think that there's a lot out there that is the worst in people, but there's a lot out there that's the best in people, and that's what I'm trying to concentrate on. Thanks for letting me be part of the Clever community. I'm so happy to be present with all of you. Thank you.
Hey, this is Terry Crews. What's up, all the Clever listeners out there? I just want to let you know that I'm with you. This is a hard time. First of all, you know, I know the position I'm in. I've been very blessed, and I'm very thankful. But it's so wild to watch the pain that this country is going through, the pain that all creatives are going through, the pain that all live performers are going through. You know, it's wild because when ICFF got canceled, I was planning on launching some new stuff there this year, and the whole thing, I was going, and it all got crushed. Man, it's hard when everything gets canceled. You work so hard. But I want to tell you this. This is also can be an opportunity. You know, one quote that I heard is that sometimes your biggest hopes are sometimes destroyed for something better. The problem is we just don't know what that something better is. That's the thing. It's not evident, and it's very, very hard. And I'm not here to sugarcoat it. It's very hard when your hopes are dashed. But I'm here to tell you something better is coming. It's coming. I love you guys, and I'm with you. What can I say? We're learning, we're growing, and we're getting better together. And this is for the entire world. This is not about just America. It's for the world. And I love you guys. God bless you. Terry Crews. Peace.
Hi there. This is Aaron Grapp up here in Portland, Oregon. Currently, I'm locked down in my backyard. What I've been doing, you know, of course, without trying to be too freaked out, is really, getting busy by staying busy. And what a weird opportunity this is in a way to sort of go within and take a little break and work on things I haven't had time to work on. Do some very deep spring cleaning around the shop and around the house, organizing, and basically just trying to keep my mind off all the different whirling things that are going out there. You know, it's really hard to listen to the news. We're all messed up. Where to go to get the best updates and the most healthy updates and stuff. So, you know, we're tapping into sources, but sort of limiting that, you know. What are we eating? Well, we've got supplies, and we're trying to be as healthy as possible and not go to ape shit. Staying away from any sort of takeout and stuff. We've got stuff, you know, sort of on the shelves and stuff, just because we're sort of freaked out and, you know, how are we going to make this last and this sort of thing. Working out. Oh, I'm in my basement banging around on my exercise bike, and boy, you ought to see that site. It's pretty gross, but, you know, I go out there for about a good 20, 25 minutes a day and sweat it out, and that's just all from my basement. I think what you're going to see is you're going to see people being creative and how they just sort of keep connected, for for April and May, I had a lot of really cool speaking gigs canceled, and that's all right. That's all right. You know, I mean, this is what's going to take for us all to sort of, you know, distance ourselves and sort of wait this thing out and let it sort of blow over, I hope. That's okay. Those things will all come screaming back at some point. But what you're going to see is we're already seeing people, you know, musicians doing little webcasts and stuff. You're seeing, you know, different little book club people coming together on Zoom and things. And, you know, I'll be doing a couple of these things too, you know, sort of testing the waters. But I think you're going to see some pretty creative ways for people just to sort of tap in, listen, get updated, share, you know, and, you know, talk to some people. I mean, aside from, you know, any sort of like digital stuff, I've just been calling friends and saying, hey, how you doing?
Hi, Amy. Hi, Jamie. This is Tanya Atkins, well, you guys know I'm an interior designer. Just wanted to say what's up to you guys and send you guys so much love, and also to all your clever listeners. Wow, this is crazy. Just super bananas. I mean, every day is like a whole new story, and just trying to figure out how to get through this all and get through it separately but together is the key. So, you know, I just wanted to send a little love to everybody. I know we're all in the same boat. I've been sitting here at my desk in my kitchen, looking out the window, working, staying connected with friends and family through FaceTime, obviously. But I will say what's interesting is, hanging out with my pup, Flynn, and being home with my family has been really a source for kind of leveling out any type of anxiety that I might be having. You know, my biggest fear is just how long this is going to go for. You know, it's that fear of the unknown. We don't really know. Is it going to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? That's the part that's kind of stressing me out a little bit. But on the flip side, the silver lining to it all is the fact that I'm really, truly, outside of, you know, obviously people being sick or elderly people not being able to get help, I feel like if there is a silver lining here, it's the fact that we are all putting our crazy, insane, hectic lives on pause for a moment. And then we're just getting a chance to be with family again and remember what that lifestyle is like. I kind of feel like this is what it was like when I was growing up. I spent a lot of time at home. We didn't have cell phones. I mean, we can still go outside, but I was outside riding my bike a lot when I was a kid, just hanging out at home with my family, my parents teaching me how to cook. And I feel like that's sort of what we're going back to. So weirdly, if there was is a silver lining, I think that's it, is that we can kind of catch our breaths for a moment here. And we're actually being forced to do so. So, hey, let's do it without guilt. I am trying to keep healthy foods here, and I'm loving the fact that I can cook some more because I do really enjoy cooking. My healthier snacks are, you know, carrots and some kind of dips and things like that. We've been doing a lot of tacos, like braised meats or roasted vegetables and things like that. It's giving me a chance to really focus on being a little more dairy free. That's something that's always kind of given me a problem, but I find it so hard to do because I love cheese and I love dairy. So I've been able to focus on that a little bit more. So as far as gyms go, I have been loving the fact that I'm now going online and doing hip hop dance classes. These are things that I think I might normally feel a little personally like embarrassed to try to do in front of other people. But now that I'm at home, I am just diving in, going full force with some hip hop dance classes. And it's a workout. The songs that I have on rotation on my Sonos right now, I've got India Ari Radio, Brittany Howard Radio, Nora Jones. I love that sort of jazzier music. Also Alabama Shakes and Janet Jackson Radio. Those are my tunes. Definitely, if you have the opportunity to pull out a canvas and some paint, that's always such a great way to let out some creativity. Picking up a book and reading again, that always feels good. I just feel like I haven't had time to do these things, so that's what I'm going to do. And then projects that are on pause that I can't wait to get back to. I've had a couple of construction projects, like some of our Roots Chris projects got put on hold a little bit. And, you know, we love working with our Roots Chris team. And so we're excited for those to come back into action. And as far as how we can help each other out, I live in a condo development and there are some older folks that live here. So I've reached out to them. I sent them text messages and called them and said, look, when I'm going to the grocery store, I will let you know and tell me whatever I can get you and I'll leave it at your front door. So yeah, it's just trying to help each other out. Spare a sheet of toilet paper if you can, guys. All right. Stay safe and healthy. Sending lots of love.
Hey guys, it's Joe Doucet here. Look, it's a very trying time, but it's really important to stay positive. One good thing is that we all have a bit more time on our hands. For me, I'm using it to learn a few new skills. Currently, I'm teaching myself a physics-based 3D animation program called Blender. I find nothing more engaging and uplifting than learning something new. So if there's something you've always wanted to learn, look, now is the opportunity. You'll come out of this better than when you went into it. So remember, stay positive, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. God bless everyone and stay safe.
Hi, Clever. This is Jeff from Jeff Martin Joinery. I am calling to leave a note about my thoughts on COVID-19 and the state of the economy and the anxiety that we're probably all feeling right now. Obviously, we've all had quite a bit of time to pontificate on this and worry about the effect it's going to have on us individually and our families, the people that we support, people that support us. And I think one of the big takeaways right now is to really give people a lot of respect, even if they're your direct competitors or people, maybe you've had a disagreement with in the past, is that we're all going through this together, and the same people that, you've passed on the way up while they were on the way down, you're going to meet them again. So to really just treat everybody with respect at this moment. We all need it, and there's a lot that we can be doing for each other. So it's a really good time to, as a business owner, if this, happens to, you're hearing this message and it hits you, I'd be really happy if you could send me an email, and I'd be happy to start a discussion with you. But I'd ask what you can do right now in the microscope of things. What can you do right now for your business? Is it a good time to adjust and look at, your production processes? Is it a time to adjust and think about your volatility in the marketplace over time, or to think about, maybe your accounting system could use an update? I look at the macro scope of things that maybe we need, and maybe what's coming down the pipeline for us. And the governments in Canada and in the States, and I'm sure in Europe as well, are asking manufacturers to help contribute to the fight against the spread of COVID-19. And that can be far-reaching. So you might not be able to produce masks or ventilators, but maybe you are. And if that's a natural fit, I think you should be going for it. There's probably a way for a business operator to stay profitable and engaged in helping the community if this is a really prolonged recession that we go through. One thing that we're doing at our studio right now is trying to get a hold of people in regional, provincial, municipal governments to see if we can lend a hand with our capacity in order to perhaps make low-cost plywood beds for homeless, for shelters, for hospitals, or to see if there's another need that can be filled right now that can help the community out in general. And I think it's on business owners to see how they can switch in a greater sense, switch gears and help out. It's not typically what we're doing, but we're being asked now to figure out how we can help. And, I think in the long run, it may help you keep your workforce employed. And at the end of the day, it's just a different type of client that we need to be helping right now. I guess that's it for my message. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Hello, Amy. This is Greg Buckbinder, the owner and CEO of Emico. I wanted to share a few of my thoughts, encouragement for those who are housebound, or working from home. So this is a really weird time, and one thing that has been very cool is the unification of everyone who's working from home, working together to help out. We're all in this thing together, and everyone makes a difference. I'm really lucky. My wife is an amazing cook, so we've been eating these great meals at home, no complaints. A few weeks ago, I was with some friends on their catamaran in Antigua, and they turned me on to an app called the 7-Minute Workout. It was awesome, surprisingly a good workout. In addition, I like to get outside and do some running, so that's what I've been doing. The songs that I've been listening to right now, well, as always, I listen to K-Jazz. It's a local Long Beach radio station. I think it's good to keep some things normal. So silver linings. This is terrible, but a forced opportunity to reflect on what we value and believe in as a society has been great. And, you know, just a chance to check in on family is also so great. This is prime time for me to do creative projects that I've been dragging my feet on. So I've been doing a lot of projects of just making things at home. And afterwards, we normally would share a scone at our favorite little coffee place. So no more sharing scones right now. So how can we help each other out? Less fear, more support. Thank you, and everybody hopefully is healthy and looking forward to reconnecting in the real world soon.
Hi there, clever humans. Thanks for inviting me to bring my voice into your houses. Here we are in a new time. I think that our little family is mostly thankful right now. We are safe in British Columbia, Canada, and really feel like we're at the beginning of something. So we're well aware that every day things are changing, and here we are. And thankful for technology and the safety of our home. And my biggest worry right now is about people who aren't safe in their own homes or who don't have homes. That's the biggest thing that I'm thinking about lately. And also, of course, as someone in recovery, I'm thinking about people who really just came to sobriety and were starting to go to 12-step meetings, and even people who are deep into their sobriety and rely on those to stay sober. So those are where my concerns and where my worries lie. And my hope is in a continued sense that we belong to each other. I'm just going inward a lot in prayer and meditation and yoga, and taking the best care that I can of my kids who are cooped up. And I just realized how independent our family is, how used to going in every direction we are, and how much I've taken that for granted. So we're learning to be a unit of 4, and that's had its trials and tribulations. I think we were in a honeymoon phase before, and now we kind of had our first blowout last night, but we survived it. So hopefully it brings us closer. Thinking about you all, and I love you so much. If you're struggling in sobriety, reach out. This is a time to stay wide awake as much as possible. All right. Love you.
That last message was from Zoe Pollock, episode 81, if you want to go back and listen. She just forgot to say her name. So I don't know if you know, there are 3 of us who work here on Team Clever. Rich, our freelance editor, is in Cleveland. Jamie is in San Diego working on Design Milk, which is her main thing, and Clever too. And I'm here in Los Angeles, and we're all safe and healthy, so that's the good news. The major events of our industry, Salone in Milan, New York Design Week, and NeoCon, have all been canceled. And we're scrambling to recalibrate and retool and trying to understand how Clever can fill a very real chasm of design community, be that voice of connective tissue. So I will admit that here in Los Angeles, I'm feeling pretty isolated. You know, my team is remote, and I'm single. I don't live with any immediate family, and I don't have any pets. I haven't had
human contact, a hug, for a few weeks now, and I don't think that I will be touching another human for the foreseeable future, which is honestly doing a number on my psyche. I am subsisting on a steady diet of wine, popcorn, and gummy vitamins, which is not my usual diet. And this is not going to end well for me. So I want to hear from you. I need to hear from you. I've set up a phone line where you can leave us voicemails. You can text us too, but since this is a podcast, we'd obviously prefer to hear your voice. Just know that we may possibly use your message in an episode. Share with me and the clever listeners what you're going through, what you're listening to, or how you think we can use our creative superpowers to rethink some of these current challenges. Or maybe you're just lonely. I am, so I get it. I could use your company. You can share an audio snapshot of your work from home situation, preferably with your cat or your dog, or share a corny joke or confess your darkest fears. Don't keep them inside. They'll eat you alive. You can also relay a message to any of our former guests or start a conversation around a topic that needs some creative discourse. You get it. Anything goes. We need to hear from you. The number, here it is. The number is 323-387-3329. We'll be sharing that on our website and social channels too. I haven't figured out yet how to receive calls from outside the U.S., so for now, that number only works inside the U.S. But if you're outside of the U.S., we want to hear from you too. We want to hear from people from everywhere. So if you're outside the U.S., record a message on your voice memos app and email it to hello@cleverpodcast.com. Okay, that's it for today. Stay safe and healthy, everyone, and let's take good care of each other, okay? Thanks for listening. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Clever Podcast. You can find me at Amy Devers. We know it's tough out there for everyone, and Clever's struggling too. So if you're doing okay right now, Clever could really use your support. We love this community, and we want to be able to keep bringing you these episodes for free. Visit cleverpodcast.com to see how you can help us out. And thank you so much. Clever is produced by 2VDE Media with editing by Rich Stroffolino and music by L1011. Clever is distributed by Design Milk.